Because like to really like carve those pathways in your mind, like when someone is in this position, you do that, and then you immediately get your knee in position, you shift your hips. It's just it gets driven into your programming, so that in the flow of an actual rolling session, it just happens.
Yeah.
You see, Tom Hardy just won a bunch of fucking
I did.
matches. Tom Hardy is like an ass kicker. Him and Mario Lopez are out there competing in jiu-jitsu tournaments. Like, this is wild. And they're both like beginners. They're both like blue belts. I'm like, that's incredible.
Well, maybe I'll get there for my 40th birthday in a
You
couple
should
years.
do it. Bourdain did it. He did it when he was like, God, I think he was like 60.
I just think I do a lot of stuff like this with friends, but I also just find like wrestling around with friends is
fun.
It's awesome.
Fun. Yeah, wrestling is fun. Jiu-jitsu is even more fun because it's like wrestling with like finishes. Yeah. I'm excited that you're into it. It's really cool. And I think, it really enhances your enjoyment of watching it on television because you know what's happening.
But there's also like a lot of good parallels, I think, in philosophy for life and work and all that. I mean, both surfing and foiling and jiu-jitsu, MMA, it's like, I think it sort of teaches you about like the flow and momentum of things. And I think business is like this in a similar way, where it's like the hardest thing is knowing when you're in a position where you need to push through versus sort of developing the intuition for when like, all right, when like the momentum is just going in the other direction. It's like, all right, you're not going to be able to pump over this swell. If you keep your weight in this direction, you're going to get swept, right? I do think, it's a super concrete thing. I think one of the things that's sort of frustrating running a company is like the feedback loops are so long, right? It's like, all right, so I showed you the pre-release version of the new VR headset that we're building. It's like we've been working on that for years, and now it's like, so basically the ideas that went into that, and there's obviously a lot of problem solving even up until now to kind of get it to work well, but the basic principles of, okay, what like big features are we going to prioritize? Made those decisions years ago, and we're not going to know if that's right until maybe a year from now, until we see how that goes.